Hello everyone. It's James again. And today, I want to talk about the mistreatment and the abuse the narcissist will do to you throughout the course of your friendship, dating or married relationship, or other relationships you might have with this person, such as your mother, father, brother, sister, teacher, or boss at work. When dealing with this narcissist in your life, you quickly find out you are always wrong. No matter what you say, or what the topic is, the narcissist will always find a way to disagree with your point, even though they don't have the solid point themselves. And the reason for doing this is to undermine you. And if you are in a dating relationship per se, and they are able to do this to you without you leaving, they know they can step up the level of abuse they will dish out to you. Let's take dating relationships as an example. In the beginning, the narcissist will make you feel like you are the expert about everything, to the point you feel like you can fly a rocket ship. However, what you don't realize is more than likely behind your back they are still dating someone they are narcissistically abusing, someone they are constantly disagreeing with, and telling them they are wrong. Now once the narcissist has attached themselves to you and your life, and more than likely have dropped the previous dating partner, they now start heaping this horrible treatment onto you. It usually starts about 6 months into the relationship, give or take. And this is part of the sweet mean cycle that I've talked about often here, which is where they're nice to you for a little while, and then become extremely mean. Then they go back to being nice. But as time goes on, the means get more mean and more frequent, and the sweets are almost non-existent. Most narcissists will keep the sweet mask up for about 6 months before it slips and they mistreat you. And one of the things they will do is make you feel like you are wrong about something you are obviously right about. Or they will disagree with you, it seems, just for the sake of disagreeing with you. They will act as if they have no confidence in your opinion whatsoever, and will often call a friend of theirs to make sure the basic day-to-day facts you are giving them are correct. Yes, these people will fact-check the most basic things you tell them. From what kind of gas a particular car takes, you will show them the proof. But they will tell you that you don't know what you are talking about, until they call a friend of theirs and they confirm what you are saying is indeed correct. This, like many of the early red flags, shouldn't be ignored. I will tell you, every narcissist I have met has in one form or another exhibited this behavior. This is very common with a workplace narcissist as well. No matter if you are dealing with a coworker that might be a narcissist, or a boss that might be a narcissist, they will for no reason disagree with you. They will for no reason, it seems, make it look like you don't know what you are talking about regarding the most simplest of subjects, and waiting for others to provide confirmation you are either right or wrong. Again, as stated before, it's the liar syndrome, where they are the dishonest ones, but they make it seem as if you are the dishonest one. This is what's known as projection. And in some cases, it's not just about honesty. It's also about competency. They try to make it seem as if you are stupid by fact-checking everything you say or do, hoping they can find an error somewhere. But deep down inside, they know you are correct about what you are saying or doing. They just enjoy watching you run around like a chicken with no head on trying to prove yourself to them. And they treat you like you are constantly on trial. You and your thoughts and feelings are constantly on trial. And by trying to constantly prove yourself, you fall into their trap. Now, when dealing with a boss that's like this, you really have no choice but to quietly transfer to another department, or find another job. There really isn't much you will be able to say or do to change the situation. And by making a fuss, it will get turned around on you, which is how it always works. And now the possible good standing you have of this job is ruined. This is why I tell people out there to constantly keep their resume updated. If you work in a company where there are areas in which you can move, make sure you educate yourself about how to get into such positions. Because those that seem successful at dodging these types at work learn how to be non-confrontational with such a boss. However, they also learn the art of being able to find another job within the same company if they have the toxic boss. However, if you work in a small company or there's nowhere for you to go where you are at, always be prepared to find work elsewhere. I might add, without raising a fuss. because you want to leave your last position in good standing. I know it doesn't seem fair, but dealing with a narcissist rarely is fair. And don't think to yourself you are going to come up with this grand scheme to expose them to everyone at work. It never works out the way it's hoped to. And you look like the bad guy. And the only thing gained is you lose it as a piece of work history you can use on your resume. This is why noticing this early on at work is just as helpful as noticing this early on with a friend or dating partner. The sooner you notice this at work, the sooner you can put a plan in motion that will remove you from such a negative situation without issue or without a hassle. When dealing with family, when you're a child, it can be an even more sticky situation. Many of us that grew up with a narcissist parent or parents know the helpless feeling of having everything we do and say being on trial. And sadly, this is where we learn to take such abuse, is in our childhood. And when we are presented with this abuse again as an adult, no matter it be a boss, a friend, or dating partner, we aren't equipped with how to leave such an abusive relationship. So we stay, and we get abused. And the abuse gets worse and worse and worse, until we are a piece of nothingness on the floor. You see, most people that are raised in healthy homes, when presented with such toxic behaviors, realize it's wrong, and figure out how they can get out of this situation. No matter if it's work, a new friend they have made, or someone they just started dating. You see, the one thing this person has that works well for them is they know how to trust their gut. So, plain and simple, you have to start learning how to trust your gut. When someone is constantly making you feel like everything you are saying is wrong, they are doing this for a reason. And that reason is the enjoyment of breaking you down and destroying you. You heard me correctly. This person takes pleasure in your pain. And the more you hang around them, the more codependent they realize you are. And the more they will toy with you like a cat will do with a mouse. When you notice the undermining start to happen, the needing to verify with others regarding basic things you may say or do, it's time to make note of this red flag and leave. Because you have to ask yourself, if this is happening now, where will you be in 5 years? Trust me, it gets worse. It always does. And if you are truly stuck in a situation where you can't leave right away, start right now planning your future escape. Step by step, brick by brick. It may be a slow process, but once you're free, you'll be glad you stayed the course and did what was needed to escape. And whatever you do, never tell the narcissist or those that talk to the narcissist your plans to leave. Even if you think this person is neutral or on your side, if they have dealings with the narcissist has a chance to gain this information and turn this person against you. And your plans to escape might take twice as long because of this. The main thing to realize is you are abused, or you are being abused, and it's time to leave and not look back. Like I always say, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we can live happy and healthy lives. Until next time, bye for now, and be good to yourself.